So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, my name is Stephan Reis. We are here to take you to 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, boy. What a Monday morning it is, boy. It's going to be a real bacchanal Monday, you know. Yeah, boy, the union's out, boy. The union's out. All right, nice, man. Some excitement, finally, after a week of good news. We had the bacchanal to deal with this week. That's good. So, a lot of developments over the weekend. We had the PSA, the CWU, the SWWTU this morning. We have, what else we have, boy? The PSA, right? We have the government ratifying the 10% pay hike for workers under the NUGFW. All right, that was over the weekend as well. However, this morning, I think I see some kind of headline in the paper with that, with that same union. Let me see. Boys, all kind of bacchanal bosses over the weekend, boys, it's too much. We have the Workers' Credit Union. Well, that is the credit union workers and their business. But they are calling on the government to investigate the union. It's real thing happening, real thing happening. We have Philip Alexander with the HEC project in Ridgeview. Another one that have to be demolished. We have that report as well. We have several reports. Let me just get through some of the headlines here very quickly. We'll take a little break, and then we'll get into the actual madness of the morning. Okay? So in some of the headlines this morning, I'm just going to read out the headlines because we don't want to stay here too long because we're already coming back with all the union business and all the bacchanal. So, Ramsey Moore blast police handling of Silver Stars clash at tribe event. Family awaits autopsy after dancer's sudden death. PH taxi driver shot during robbery in Chagonas. 7 held in Southern Division anti-crime operation. Nutrient review advances with third-party visits to Point Lisa's facility. The SWWTU is demanding their $337 million back pay for port workers. Oh, we have that one. Right, let me just read that one for you. Yeah? Port Authority workers are demanding the remaining 80% of the outstanding back pay and overtime, now estimated at approximately $337 million, while pressing the Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago board to settle 4 long-delayed collective agreements dating from 2014 to the present. All right? So they have their negotiations from as far back as 2014 to 2020, up to the current date, which is 2026 right now, that they are pressing the board at the Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago for. So $337 million in, I think it is back pay and overtime, right? And the rates that they're paid is 2014 rates, right? So Cement and Waterfront Workers Trade Union, SWWTU President General Michael Anisette yesterday warned that workers who are still being paid according to 2014 wage rates are growing increasingly frustrated and could take matters into their own hands if the Port Authority board fails to respond to the union by Wednesday. So we have a Wednesday deadline, boy, by the SWWTU. Yes, it's heating up, man. The police have killed 2. And they claim they were fired upon during a raid on a house. Relatives dispute the account and call for a probe. Right, so that's another issue there. I see that there has been this big hullabaloo over Guavaro's absence. And it was raised by, I think it was Marvin Gonzalez and the opposition over the weekend, saying, where's the Commissioner of Police? Well, it came out that the Commissioner of Police is on an emergency leave. And as with any organization, there is a chain of command. So if the Commissioner of Police has to leave, go on some sort of leave, an emergency leave, maybe some member of his family might have fallen ill. It could be all kind of thing, right? We are not to be all up in the man's private business if it's something relating to that, right? I don't understand what the whole bacchanal is about. Yesterday I saw a headline in the the same Guardian newspaper talking about 67, what was it? What was it? Just now. There was a headline yesterday. Let me just pull up the headline. I want to read the correct headline. I want to misquote nothing this morning. It's the most ridiculous front page headline that I've seen in a while. All right? Let me see if I can find it here. I'm not telling you ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous in nature. But it's not even trending. Oh, look at here. Yes, it's trending. 67 gone from state boards, public offices in 14 months. And they call out some retired head of some public service to talk about it not good for stability. But when you read the article, these are former board members who, as with any change, because we are under the Westminster system, right? So as with any change in government, you change your boards. And there are some people who hold particular positions that will resign. You understand? And some will be sent home early. That is par for the course. So I don't even understand what that whole article was about. Because when you read the article, it's all kind of this one thing and that one. And it's people who were appointed under the previous administration. A new administration comes in. And when a new administration comes in, you put people there who align to your ideology and your interest, which makes WASA very confusing right now this morning, right? 10 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. Because in WASA's situation, you have a member of, WASA board, right. You have, is the head of HR, I think it is, that did not advance the people proposal since January. They put a proposal there, and that was supposed to be advanced to the board. And apparently that is what has caused the whole drama. That and the delays in fulfilling the wage negotiation process of this 10% and so on and so forth. But we know the 10% is there. It's been offered, and the government has said that, you know, as it relates to the PSA, they're looking at a 60-40. I think it was a 60-40 agreement where you get a cash. You'll get a percentage in cash and then you will get a non-cash, some non-cash options, right? I can't remember how it go with the 60-40, but nevertheless. But what seemed to trigger that, and there is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for somebody sitting in an office that have documents in front of them that ought to reach where, or go to whomever it's supposed to go to, and it has not advanced itself since January. We talking February, March, April, May, June, July. That is 6 months past, half a year, and these things and the proposal still sitting on your desk. No, that is not acceptable. That person should not be in the vicinity of our office, holding any position in any office, if you ask me. If that is the situation as laid out by Felicia Thomas. And I tried to message her. Well, I didn't try to message her. I reached out to her yesterday. I did send her a message asking her, if we could have a chat this morning, but I did not get a response at all. She has not responded. I see that she's not responding to most media, unless they catch them down in the protests or whatever the case might be. And then you have the Communication Workers Union who's threatening to down tools today and that kind of thing, like they forget they're essential. You know what I mean? These are essential services. So, but essential services, including like the police and so on and so forth, they can't protest per se. That's why they did it lunchtime, although I make a joke on Friday. There's essential workers, right? So they opted to protest during the lunchtime period on Friday, I think, or Thursday, because, right, they're essential. During the pandemic, there were several issues and things like that, and we understand now that essential workers, are persons that cannot just abandon their post just like that, right? And there were many things in the pandemic that I'm very sure that they were unhappy about as well. But I see that the CWU, you're supposed to have that 1-2 director. All right, let me get the PSA calls. Let me get that headline. Right. And I think you have a video too. I'll tell you, I'll have to, just hold on, I'll tell you where it is. Don't panic, right? Don't panic. Right, the WASA report, that's right. Thank you, nice. But let me just, all right, you know what? Instead of me, PSA calls for WASA HR director's head amid wage impasse, right? Just run me the WASA report now. Run me that instead. The WASA report, yeah, run me the video. The actual, this is the story as reported by, I think it was CNC3. Yeah, go ahead.
Chant targeted WASA's Human Resource Director Bunny Rambajan as Public Services Association members escalated pressure over stalled wage negotiations. The union says its proposals were submitted in January, but have yet to be advanced through the process needed to get them before Cabinet. The dispute centers on a 10% salary increase promised to public servants by the United National Congress during the election campaign. Negotiations with WASA's management began on Thursday morning, and talks continued until around midnight. The PSA says management then walked out without providing answers on the cost of settling the claims, including arrears, and the impact on WASA's recurrent expenditure.
The workers are frustrated, they are fed up. Every other organization, their proposals have been submitted and advanced to the various ministries, with the exception of WASA. The management, and let me specifically say the director of HR, has failed the workers of WASA, and now we are calling for her removal.
Thomas says the union wants the proposals submitted to the ministry for the settlement of negotiations. She's also warning that the PSA is reaching its tipping point.
It will not be work as usual in WASA until the board has addressed the situation that is taking place here. They are not being paid a stipend to be on a board for fun. This is serious work, and they need to come and deal with the issue. WASA is in a crisis. They need to come and treat with the crisis. It will not get better, it will only get worse.
The authorities' line minister Barry Padarath says he is seeking answers from WASA.
I have requested a report from WASA with respect to the status of the wage negotiations, as well as the concerns that have been raised by the president of the PSC. We continue to have open, frank dialogue with the union in good faith, and therefore much more will be said at the appropriate time.
But former Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez questioned the delay.
It is ludicrous, because what are you negotiating? There's no need to negotiate because you promised 10%.
Gonzalez says the current WASA board and management were appointed by the government, and they should therefore be held accountable. He also criticizes the PSA president for targeting WASA's management rather than the government, calling her disingenuous. Padarath took to social media to defend the government against Gonzalez's critique. Meanwhile, CNC3 News contacted WASA's CEO, Dane Maharaj, and the PSC president for an update on the negotiations, but there was no response by news time. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
So just for education purposes, right? Yes, Marvin Gonzalez, they did say 10%, but the negotiation is based on that cash and non-cash, if I'm not mistaken. Remember, they did offer a cash and a non-cash option, not all in cash. So I think what has been happening is that during that negotiation period, and that's what I wanted to get clarified by Felicia Thomas, is that, okay, the government will come and say, this is what we'll give you in cash and this is what we'll give you in non-cash. And these are the non-cash options. The PSA will look at it and say, nah, we ain't satisfied with that. This is what we want in cash, this is what we want in non-cash. And so it going, right? It's a negotiation period, right? But it's great to see that, democracy is alive. Because if you were paying attention to some of the headlines in the papers over the last year, you would think that democracy is dead and a reign of terror is upon the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But by everybody coming out and they're having this say and protesting during lunchtime and whatever the case might be, democracy is alive and well, and that's a good thing. Give me the heads will roll. Right. So heads will roll. That is the headline there. Right. I don't have one more. Oh God. Let me see what I do have one now. Okay, before that. Easy, Adam. Right. So heads will roll come Wednesday. CWU defies TSTT strike warning. So workers of the Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago Limited have been warned that industrial action is against the law. TSTT on Friday fired back at the Communication Workers Union's threat to shut down the company after a disputed 10% wage increase, warning that any industrial action by its workers would be prohibited until the Industrial Relations Act because telecommunications is classified as an essential service. But CWU Secretary General Joanne Oga is defiant, declaring heads will roll come Wednesday and insisting union will be acting within the law as she rejected TSCT's warning to workers. And the dispute comes amid a growing heated industrial climate with workers at WASA also preparing for industrial action over unresolved wage negotiation issues, right? Now, the TSTT CWU standoff caps a tense week between the company and the union, which has centered on the wage increase, the status of their collective bargaining negotiations, and what the CWU claimed as an agreement reached between the parties. Now, in a letter, the Secretary General, in a letter dated August 14th, TSCT's Vice President of Corporate Services, Roshan Babwa, said the company does not consent to authorize or support any industrial action that would be contrary to the Industrial Relations Act, which classifies TSCT's telecommunication services as an essential service, all right? So anyway, now all of this is over the wage negotiations and whatever the case might be. I'm looking here to see at what stage these negotiations are at, because, you know, like with everything, there is a process. So they'll be going back and forth, whatever the case might be. But I'm trying to get to the issue here in terms of what the Communication Workers Union is unhappy about as it relates to the wage negotiation, if it's just taking too long, if it's whatever the case might be. So, but they have jumped out as well, and they want their negotiations dealt with, and nothing wrong with that. On the other hand, you have, and then another one here with another union, we have the government ratifying a 10% pay hike for workers under the NUGFW. And that, let me just get to that particular story here. Right. That's now. Right. So daily rated workers represented by the National Union of Government and Federated Workers could begin receiving their increased salaries in September after Cabinet ratified the union's 10% wage agreement with the CPO. And CPO Dr. Darrell Dindial confirmed the development to the media, describing Cabinet's approval as the most important step towards implementing the new rates for approximately 20,000 workers. And asked how soon the new salaries could be reflected in workers' pay packets, Dindial said September was now the more realistic timeline because of the remaining administrative work, and Cabinet's ratification does not mark the end of the process. Dindial explained that the agreement must now go to the Ministry of Labour for a procedural non-objection, after which the procedure, so there's just a procedure, right, which the CPO will issue instructions for the new rates to be implemented. All right, and the development represents significant progress after the NUGFW President General Christopher Street complained earlier this last week that somebody dropped the ball on implementing the increases, which were initially expected to take effect in June or July. Right, so they have ratified that as it relates to this union. So, you know, it's not like the negotiations aren't happening, and like with everything else, once the process is running smooth and it's going from one level to the next, well, things like this, it happening. With WASA and the CWU and I think, well, SWWTU, a report authority, it seems like, I don't know, they're having some difficulties there with those three unions, because those are the ones that in the news on the other side of things. But the NUGFW will, and we're talking about 20,000 workers, so they're going to start getting the increases, it appears, by December, according to the CPO Dindial. Right? All right. Let me stick a little pin. Well, you know what? Let me take some calls. Let me get to the bacchanal one time. Yeah? Let me get the bacchanal going, man. Let me go. I'll take about 4 or 5 calls here before we take the break, gentlemen. Yeah. Morning. All the rock and come in with the phone calls, man. Let me get to it. Morning, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was calling. I know you birthdays and graduations, but do you do wedding announcements also? I mean,
Just so you're not speaking. Hold on. I'm not hearing you clearly in terms of what you're saying. Could you repeat what you just said? Or give me a little volume there on the caller.
Do you do I said morning, Stephan.
Oh God, I ain't understanding what you're saying. I don't know if he's talking English or Japanese there. Morning. Huh?
Stephan, morning.
Yeah, I hear this man clear. The next man, like he
Stephan,
talking on
morning.
the polo. Yeah, go ahead.
Marvin Gonzalez should talk about cash. Them no but non-cash thing. Them build a whole house without, the whole Balize house without accounting for money. So what are you talking about in a press conference?
Well, I actually have
union and them had a settle.
I have the court.
Tell me.
Yeah, I have the court judgment on that, but I'll deal with that tomorrow. I think I have time to deal with it today. It's a matter go through to properly explain people what is taking place with that. Yeah, but go ahead.
I find the union and them well vocal too. They're real vocal this morning.
No, but I mean, listen, they have a right to open them out and to say whatever they want to say or press whatever issue they want to press. But that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, you said that? Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hello, good morning. I don't see anything there. I mean, anybody could talk, you know, if you're making sense or if you're making sense. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, Stephan.
Yes,
Yes, on the heels of the last caller, Marvin Gonzalez dare jump out. He's responsible for the delay, you know, because there are so many ills in Wassa that it has to be corrected. You understand? The government just cannot, make payments arbitrarily like that. You understand? So he is responsible. He there comes out. And Felicia, give it a break. It is going to happen. You will get your, it would not be business as usual. You don't get water in the taps as we should anyway. Yeah, go ahead, Stephan.
All right. Yeah, but as it relates to the union leader, dealing with her membership, you can't knock her. She's in a right to do that. I mean, the negotiations have been going on. And if it is, as they're saying, that there is a proposal that was put before this one part of management, and that they have a job to move that document from one place to the next, and they have failed in doing so, that is unacceptable. Morning, after 6 months, and you're thinking reach the board level so the board could put it before cabinet, and cabinet could approve or whatever the case might be. Nah, that madness, man. Morning. Morning, go ahead.
Morning. It's interesting that Wassa is in the news and the TSTT is in the news because I am here in Tobago and we haven't had water for 10 days.
10 days?
I'm all for workers, 10 days. I'm all for workers' rights and everything else and paying people their fair share. But, I mean, we are also paying our bills and we used to have a supply of 2 days a week. It has now dropped to 1 day a week, which was Friday, and it didn't come on Friday.
Okay.
I've been calling.
Hold on. What part of Tobago is this?
Canby, Tobago.
Canby?
Right? Canby, Tobago, yes, by Sherwood Park.
Canby,
and I have been calling. I asked to buy water. They say over the weekend because, I mean, it's Great Race weekend and people have visitors and whatnot.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be paying for no water, no, darling.
I know, but when your pipe have no water for 10 days, 4 tanks and no water.
Yeah, but Wassa, if I'm not mistaken, I'll double check it. But Wassa supposed to provide, they're supposed to have water trucks that's supposed to come and provide water for all.
Yes, Stephan. Yes, Stephan. But they say 72 hours because it has gone from 48 to 72 because of the demand for more people who do not have water.
Okay,
All
hold
right?
on.
So
We're talking Canby,
the last time
Tobago,
they
right?
took me,
Wait, I'm
Canby,
trying to help
Tobago,
you here.
yes.
I'm trying to help you. I'm
Yeah.
sending a message to
Sylvester
somebody.
Drive.
What is it?
Sylvester Drive, Canby to Sylvester Drive, Canby, Tobago.
Sylvester Drive. Okay, no problem. You have a light pole or anything?
Just the street name. That's it.
All right, here what I'll do. I have your number here as it pop up. I will get this over to X. All right, no problem. Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
Let me see what we can do.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Yeah.
Right.
Because the other day, somebody in Diego Martin, they had a leak outside the house, and they calling Wassa, and Wassa only gave them a set of run around. When I get on to X now, and I gave them the address, the next day, they reach. Because when I message X tell me, he say, boy, oh God, boy, these people playing games in Wassa trying to make me look bad, you know. So when I say we, I mean, you know, well, he on our board and wherever, right? So I say, all right. So I say, well, what you could do? And the very next day, Wassa was in front of the people's house and them fixing the problem, eh? So let me see what I could do for you. Hello, good morning. I'm hoping I can get the same result. Yeah, morning, go ahead.
Let me just change the topic from Wassa, please, now.
Go ahead.
We have a lot of problem for drugs in the health center, boy. A lot of drugs, very important drugs like for COPD and everything, boy. I don't know if you could do anything for me, especially in Rio Claro.
Which part that is? South?
Rio Claro.
Rio Claro, all right.
Real problem, boy. Imagine things like with these people with the nervous breakdown. When they call the matter, people not getting them tablet, boy, like COPD, for thyroids.
Okay.
And most of these patients are pensioners.
Okay.
The one for the COPD, which is the Sinofed, is one of the puffs that is used. If they don't get that, the lungs, they can't breathe, but they could fall down. It's just serious, and that's about 400
okay.
and something.
All right, I get the idea. No problem. I get the idea.
If you could actually ask somebody, you could look on it now, because
right.
it's a serious situation.
All right, no problem. I get the idea.
Very thankful, Stephan.
No problem, my brother. I get the idea. Don't panic.
Thank you very much.
I will pass it on. Cool.
All right, thanks again.
All right, let me see what else we can do here now. Right, let me go here now. I'm going to take this one. I'll see you. 6:31. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Stephan, good morning. Stephan, I was trying to understand what we're on with Wassa, because in this country right now, the people from Boyslin and Darby suffering for water for weeks now. Boyslin and the surrounding areas. And I've seen these workers and them want money. I don't mind, you know.
Right.
I don't mind that. But people not getting water in this country.
Okay.
People are, if you do a survey right now, plenty places in this country not having a proper water supply. And when you call the numbers that Wassa give you to call for water truck, nobody respond to them numbers.
Right.
So I don't know. There must be dummy numbers. But Boyslin and Darby suffering for water right now. You have a pleasant.
Where it is?
Boyslin and Darby.
Boyslin?
In Darby. And when you call it the water trucks, nobody responding to the line, the phone line.
All right.
If Wassa know that certain areas don't have water, people are supposed to be calling for water. They're supposed to send in about 3 water trucks and let them start distributing water. Why they have to wait for people to call and they know the area has no water?
Okay. All right, no problem. I got you. Don't frighten. Boyslin, Darby. All right, all the whole some string there. All right, let me take this one real quick. I'll take this one quick and then we go to the break. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, man.
Stephan.
Yo.
I'm calling from Eastern Main Road, Darby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Where I am is opposite Bregan Park Road. And I get water once a week on Thursdays only. Now, right opposite me is Brigham Park Road, and they get water twice a week. Whenever I call, whenever I call Wassa and ask about it, they make excuses about certain areas water is scheduled, and that's the reason why I only get water once a week. Now, when I request a truck-borne water, sometimes 2 weeks straight pass and I don't get water, and then they make excuses. They give me a new reference number. Now, additionally, I would like to say that on Saturday I went to the government's big meeting that they had in Piaco,
right,
with all the ministries.
Okay,
Wassa was not there. From what I understand, Wassa falls under the category of essential services.
Essential workers, yeah.
Right, and I was told that Wassa wasn't there because they were on strike.
Okay.
So I would like to know what action is being taken against these workers that are on strike under essential services.
Okay.
And I would also like Wassa to explain a little better why is once I was told that in Brigham Park that there's a Wassa employee living up in there. That's why Brigham Park gets water twice for the week, compared to where I am, right over the road.
Okay.
And I can see, and I can actually see where the valves are in front of my building, and you can see where it's leaking water. When it's leaking water, I'm supposed to be getting water, but I don't get.
Okay.
I only get once.
All right. It's what road it says? Bryden Park Road, you said?
Bregon, Bregon. Bregon.
Egon.
Bregon Park.
Oh,
yes.
Bregon Park. All right, Bregon Park.
Yeah, so it's right, and I am actually on the main road, and there's only, imagine on the main road, and there's only a schedule for once for the week I get water.
Okay. All right.
And there's businesses in the area that literally have to shut down because they have no water.
All right, no problem. Let me pass that on to X here this morning too.
I appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I will see him 9 o'clock and he go remind me that he on the board by T and Tech and not Wassa. All right, hold up. We got to take a break. Let me get to the break. This is a morning where, look, I don't want to be the I don't want to be the person that had to get these things done, because that is end up in problems, for me. But people, but I'll see what I could do. I'll see what I could do. In the past, I've had countless issues with Wassa, and I had Daniel Plenty. I used to have to contact Daniel Plenty and send him information and that kind of thing. I had to message Mr. Plenty and see if he's still at Wassa, because I don't think they would have get rid of him. If they get rid of him, that's a bad move, because he's one of the people that's work at Wassa. Now what is kind of go through X, but I will see what I could do, right? But I've had, in the past, we have had Wassa going to do work in people's area. They switch off the main. They do the work and they go on their way and forget to put back on the main. And that is why people wasn't getting water and all kind of thing, That actually happened, on several occasions, I had several reports like that, Anyway, let me just take this break really quick, and we'll come back and get back to it. I'll throw up a few things I've mentioned, and yeah. So, just before we go to the break though, hold on, guys. Let me get the, is it the, where did I put that? Right, therapeutic massage. and beauty culture. Yeah, man. So if you're considering a lucrative career in massage therapy or cosmetology, you can call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited. They are now enrolling for September 2026, and you could learn from a lot of people who are very experienced in that field. They have a lot of people there, over 40 years of experience. You could also train for a job in this industry. It's a fast-growing industry in the world, and they are registered with the Ministry of Education. They're also registered with the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago for a gate-funded massage diploma. They're also registered with the National Training Agency to teach a cosmetology level 2 CVQ. So give them a call now, 658-3907, or you could WhatsApp them on 4961111. You could visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com, and get in and get registered today. Okay? Also, I want to remind you that Set While aboard. Set has the Holistic Health Clinic, and of course, it is powered by nutritional therapy. So you have to work on reversing those diseases naturally through nutritional therapy. No supplements, no drugs, nothing like that. Just nutritional therapy. Book an appointment today by calling Set on 279-3935 or 761-1952. And you could also order his book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. You could pick it up at RK bookstores nationwide. If you're in Tobago, pick it up at Nelson's. And you could get it on Amazon, and the digital copy is always available on Gumroad. With that, we take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to it. Don't go anywhere.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TMT.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The Talent Within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsane between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Are you tired of managing symptoms without understanding why your body is breaking down? Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic provides consultation and re-education sessions followed by nutritional therapy programs designed to address the root causes of chronic disease. The clinic works with clients in Trinidad and Tobago and internationally, helping people rebuild the body through correct nutrition, not drugs, supplements, herbs, detoxes, injections, or quick fixes. Setwayo is also the author of You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, a powerful health book that has been the top-selling book on consignment at RIK bookstores nationwide every month since entering the stores. If you're struggling with cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, autoimmune issues, fertility challenges, digestive problems, or other chronic condition, book a consultation and re-education session today. Purchase the book at RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, Amazon, or Gumroad. Visit setwayoclinic.com or call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, rebuilding the body, reversing disease through nutritional therapy.
Are love problems, marriage issues, financial struggles, or business setbacks affecting your life? Pandit Tiwari is a trusted spiritual specialist helping people finding guidance, solutions, and peace. Whether you are facing relationship problems, family disputes, marriage difficulties, financial obstacles, or business challenges, Pandit Tiwari provides personalized spiritual assistance to help you move forward with confidence. Don't let problems control your future. Your solution could be just one call away. Call Pandit Tiwari today. Pandit Tiwari, your path to happiness, success, and peace.
All right, so we're back. And as we return people to Breaking Dawn, we are just about 13 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. We're going to get into some other news that was that happened over the weekend. So we head to the energy sector for that, all right? Let me get the Munilal clip now. Spoke to the media. Go ahead. Minister.
Apart from Venezuelan interest and so on, what's called across the border and cross-border gas, we have about 12 domestic projects here. I mean, you all know that Manatee is one that people talk about a lot. We have several domestic projects that are due to come online by as early as the second or third quarter of 27. So by then, you should be getting the monetization of the gas. There are a lot of developments taking place. Some small, not everything is large, but they all add up to where we want to go. And that excludes regional gas reserves and regional gas supply. Okay? What?
All right. So that is Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs there, Dr. Rudal Munilal. He was talking about, all of these deals that we see happening in the energy sector, and when, we realistically, we would be able to reap the benefits from it. Now, I am thinking about 3 years, but however, there are some other deals. Forget the ones that were signed last week and everything that's going on with Shell and Humanity and all of the other deals, the Dragon Gas and all these little things that are happening, right? There are other things that, of course, was in the pipeline. You have oh gosh. Yes. Thank you. You had the other man. Right, so government expects to increase oil revenues by 2027. Now, I realized last week, is a good partner of mine, an elderly gentleman. He saw me over the weekend, I think it was on Friday, and he told me, he said, boy, why it is people seeing all of these things going on and feel like everything happening one time? Like, okay, all of the fanfare and all of the things that happened, you had the Deputy Secretary of State coming in, you had the opening of the steel plant, the steel plant. We had the reopening of that, that's coming. We have the investments into the energy sector. We have like this 12 trillion cubic, feet of gas that we have to, that we have right there on our fingertips, right? Between us and Venezuela and so on and so forth, right? We have so many things going on in the energy sector. But he told me, he said, people have to understand that with everything that is happening, he was saying 5 years. He is saying that, look, we ain't going to reap the benefits until about 5 years down the road, In 5 years' time, Trinidad will be nice. I kind of think it would be faster than that. I think it's about 3 years. But yes, the point is there are people who believe that, everything that they're seeing happening now is going to materialize immediately. Like, this is money now, right? But like with everything, it's a process. So all of this excitement is for things to come, not things that have already landed. The eagle ain't land yet, all right? Gentlemen? Right, morning. The eagle ain't land yet. The eagle still circling, but he's circling. The eagle circling over Trinidad, but it didn't come down and land yet, right? Morning, what going on?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Water. We're speaking about water.
Go ahead.
Calling from Davidi too, boys in Davidi.
Right.
There's big problem happening in Wassa. Wassa is fully corrupt. Wassa is a big industry that controls Trinidad and Tobago, east, west, north, and south. And there's somebody in that company who is pulling strings and pressing wrong knobs and causing this havoc. Nobody never suffer with water to that extent. We do suffer 1 day, or 2 days, yes, because there might be emergency. But now is a clear indication that is serious politics is taking place in this country.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Slow down. You say up in Dabadi there, right?
Yes.
All right, so hold on. I send the message to X. What X is saying, right, is he's not saying anything of a political nature. What he is saying is that the dams, those dams that supply that area, they empty. So that is why there is this water rationing taking place in your neck of the woods then, right? Is the dams are empty and the rationing is taking place. Now, while that will happen from time to time, the issue here is that Wassa is supposed to have a proper water truck response, right? And that is what, that I'm getting the feeling that there is a gap there where that service is not being provided properly to its customers for situations for those type of situations then, when the dam is empty. Morning, but go ahead.
Yeah, that is something that anybody can understand. Well, the bucket is empty, there's no water. But tell me something. This is a serious situation. It's not only in one constituency that is happening, it's all over Trinidad and Tobago. So that dump alone is only one dump alone. It happened?
Well,
it's all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I mean, I don't. All I get rain on you get rain on by you this weekend?
Well, listen, this whole year it's rain and sun, rain and sun. You have rain.
Yeah, you're getting rain. You're getting sporadic showers and then some hot sun. Yeah, that's what we get in town too.
Plenty rain and thing. I can't see this dump is dry like that. That I sorry to say. I do like to tell people they're lying, but them kind of excuse is political excuse. Have a nice day, Stephan.
All right, no problem. Now, along the lines of the energy sector as well, let me take this one and then we'll get to the next headline. Put up the headline with the PM thanking Delcy. I just want to keep things going while we take the calls. Yeah, go ahead, because it's plenty to get through this morning. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Stephan. Mr. Stephan, remember the good day coming today. Right. You hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Stephan, all on a sudden, the bourgeois in Trinidad and Tobago is Marvin Gonzalez. With so much of good things happening, people just had to kind of forget about these guys and study the good things that are happening and listen the news, listen what you're saying, and let you go along with it, right? Let me go this morning on these players, because these players and them only want Trinidad to fall backward. That's what I think in this morning, Mr. Stephan. Good morning to you again. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot. Right, so the Prime Minister as well, she extended a thanks to Delcy Rodriguez for signing off on the energy agreements, but we know that would have been coming because, you know, I mean, all the talk and talk and talk. Maduro is no longer there. She's the acting president right now during this interim period, and eventually they will have an election in Venezuela, and that will sort itself out. But, you know, those deals, I mean, persona non grata and all that nonsense. I mean, look, morning.
Honest,
this is just
Stephan,
the world of politics.
Just imagine somebody being deemed persona non grata, and within 1 year, you sign off without jumping in a plane, without having no negotiation, you sign off on the biggest deal that the country could ever think about. Could you imagine if the Prime Minister wasn't deemed persona non grata? Half of Venezuela we might have been owning all now, you know, with how Delcy all in a sudden real like Trinidad and Tobago and our Prime Minister. You see, the delegation that came in from America, and this is what I was telling earlier, the Landa or whatever was his name, when he made his statement and presentation, he deliberately mentioned and tried to point out that out of that PNM regime didn't have no skills or any type of vision of doing trade and having relationship with Trinidad and Tobago and other countries. You know. People had to sit down and listen to what that man really said.
Yeah, but I heard I heard Stiojong, I think he said that, you know, they started, this was a deal that started under them and that kind of thing, right? A lot of people on social media, you know, they have a lot of memes going around with him trying to take credit for it and whatever the case might be. But that, I mean, listen, they know who they're talking to when they make these statements, right?
Let me tell you something. Let me explain something.
Yeah, but go ahead.
People who have a little common sense. Now, any negotiation and thing is not like you sit down by a bar and sit down over 2 beer and you're saying, boy, you know, let we organize a taxi service or some kind of thing, and then without anything. These kind of negotiations supposed to have some type of paper trail, some type of communication, something that is written and signed. Why Stiojong don't just come out and show us some type of... He had...
No, but doesn't
15 times he went across it.
Yeah, but but then again, it don't. You see, this is what I'm saying. If you understand how the play went, you would know that them trying to take credit for it is totally irrelevant because remember, the license was revoked. You remember that?
People don't understand that this whole negotiation thing have nothing to do with Delcy and the stumbling block about this whole thing was Maduro and America. They get rid of Maduro, every single thing. So Stuart Young could have been building his own platform, putting on his own pipeline, that would not make no difference. The fact of the matter is that how the politics, the geopolitics play out itself, and now that the integral component in this whole situation is the oil companies and them. You see Shell and Exxon and all that kind of thing, they are the people who really are the ones who to say, hey, here what, we're going and invest in Venezuela now, we have the go-ahead, and this is an opportunity to get our gas out through LNG and things. So whether or not Stuart Young was there, or not, it didn't make no difference. He have absolutely nothing to do with that. You understand? That have to do with the license and the oil company, and Trinidad and Tobago just strategically placed in a position that we have the facilities and the infrastructure to pipe the people and gas out of there and send it to where they need to get. This has nothing to do with no negotiation and all kind of dotations with Stuart Young and things. So Stuart Young need to get a little kitchen garden and occupy himself. And concerning this WASA thing, since 1901, we having issues with WASA and the same reoccurring issues over and over. And I can remember that when I started to have that water problem and thing, I had a 700-gallon tank. I invested in 2,000-gallon tank, and I put it to the side, and I have them tanks full, and since that I never had no problem again. So who want to sit down and buy tickets for all-inclusive fete and complain every year about the same dotishness over and over, and they want to invest in something to alleviate the stress and frustration? All you get up every morning and complain, where water, where rain falling, who dry tank, who what size Barry Padarat lane pipe, wherever across in the country, and they like a sort of young puppy barking whole time and don't do anything to help out all yourself. Have a good morning, Stephan. Take care, man.
All right, no problem. All right, yeah. Oh, Lord. All right, we got to go to the break in just a little bit. I'm going to the break, right? But here was he saying. Like what I was saying, I heard them try to kind of take credit for whatever, but you have to remember that they were dealing with Maduro. You have to remember that. I want to remind them of that. And when the license was revoked, it is this current prime minister that had to maneuver herself, meet with Rubio, have talks with him, and then come back now and get back the license. So she got back the license, and in getting back the license, we had, because all the time they had the license, but they did not know ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil didn't come to invest nothing in Trinidad and Tobago for about 25 years. Right? And when the government changed, she had to go and she had to get back the license. She got back the license, and I guess certain confidence in that sector with the change in administration brought the ExxonMobils and so on and so forth and all of them to the table, right? They said they were negotiating with BP as well. All right, you start a negotiation process, but somebody had to close the deal, right? So there are a lot of little things there that you know, I see that they're memeing them all over. They're memeing them all over the place, you know, for inventing the plane and all kind of thing. Look, opposition will say what the opposition have to say, but the fact of the matter really remains. And for anybody with a little iota of common sense, you will understand where I'm coming from. You were there for 9.5 to 10 years. 9.5 to 10 years. And the energy sector was going downhill. Right? Change in administration, the energy sector now is looking up. It isn't looking down, it's looking up. All right, so we continue to monitor the energy sector, but all of those deals, back to my main point before I go to the break, is the expectation. Trinidadians have a way like, yeah, boy, that's going to happen now. Calm down. Easy. Right? Now, they have to work on other sectors as well and diversifying the economy so that, we're not heavily dependent on that energy sector and they have to be careful how they projecting these deals to the population. Because if you communicate it the wrong way, people will get the expectation that by January 2027, we boom in. There are people who will actually have that expectation. I kid you not. So you have to kind of be careful how you put in your messaging out there in terms of us reaping the benefits from all of those deals that are on the table right now, and of course the steel company coming back in play and things like that. So they have to be careful because these are things that they have to start it up or restart in some cases, and then when you restart it, it has to build, right? And then you start to make your money, and money starts to come in. It is not a snap of the finger thing that this is going to happen one time, all right? But if you say, if the question to me is, Stephan, are we heading in the right direction? Or the question I would put to the population is, do you think we are headed in the right direction? Amid everything that's going on, yes, you have the unions and the wage negotiations. That is par for the course. And these are negotiations that have been left on the table for years, right? That they are trying now to bring up to date. So you will have people getting impatient when promises are made. And they have to, the government that is, they have to know if they're going to live up to those promises because they made it in a very confident manner, right? And now the unions are getting impatient. People want their money. They're probably seeing another Christmas coming in December, or the budget is going to be, we have a national budget that is going to take us into the next fiscal year. So this fiscal year is coming to an end, and they have not closed or sealed those negotiations yet. So, and they want the proposals before cabinet so that, monies could be allocated and whatever going into the next fiscal year. It's all kind of little things playing right now in the air that has to be taken into consideration. So, we just observing, all right? When we come back, HEC and the OPR. Yes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The Talent Within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, so we're back. Hour number 2, 10 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock this morning. Let me see. I saw a headline here 2 hours ago. Well, this has to be it. Oh, by the way, there was an accident. Oh gosh, I forget the accident by Goodwood Park. Yeah, you have the pictures? I sent it in the chat, yeah. So there was an accident a little while ago at Goodwood Park. I don't know if the traffic has eased up, but it was causing some serious traffic heading into Carenage and out. All right? Looked like a bad, yeah, but it didn't bad like anybody lost their life. I didn't think so. I don't think anybody, I'm not watching from a different angle here, but I would like to hope nobody didn't lose their life. But it did, it has caused quite a build-up going into, if you're headed into the west, heading down to Carenage or Shagarama side, yeah, you're going to run into some problems, okay? I don't know if they got it sorted. I doubt they get that sorted out already. You have it? Mm-hmm. That is Goodwood Park, we know Carenage. Yeah, that is past Westmoreland here. And that is one road in, one road out. So it have no detour. Right? And no alternative route. Right? So that was by Goodwood. That's this morning. Hopefully nobody didn't lose their life or anything like that. Looked like 3 cars in a smash up. How that has happened? How that happened? I got this, let me tell you what time, at 6:30. So that's over half an hour ago. I don't know if they have moved these vehicles yet. So I don't know if the traffic continues. Heading down that side. All right, nice. Okay, HEC. Or before we get to HEC, let me just get to Padarat. For those of you, of course, we need July, August holidays. And Barry Padarat did say this did make the news over the weekend. $20 million book grant payments could begin by August 24th. All right? So, could begin by August 24th. All right? Could begin and will begin is two different things, Could begin by August 24th. So, for those of you who are dependent on your book grants, book grant money come in, hopefully it will come on time by August 24th, okay? You know, I know these book grants are usually, usually they are allocated. Is there a reason why it is do it so late in August? Fellas? Could think of anything? Why so? It is always be late. To me, like it has always come like with 2 weeks before the school term now. Huh? Also, they were using money for... Nah, but they can't use the money for nothing else. I thought it's a book grant that you must buy the books. I don't know how it's work. I'll find out how that is work, you know. But I understand that this administration has eliminated the, oh gosh, what it was doing the other day, boy. Let me just get the right information here. Is a parent was telling me that, right, so I got a copy of the booklets 26, 27. Right? But the person told me this was on August the 4th. I do a book grant every year. The booklets have less textbooks. My daughter passed St. Francois last year, and I'll send you the list. And I'll send you the list, and other schools, same thing. Under the last administration, every year was a new edition. New edition, just changing the cover or switching around pages. Right, yeah. So there is no new edition nonsense again, apparently. So what the parent was telling me is that there are no second edition and third editions, etc. Right? So whatever book mafia was taking place, all that done. Right? So now you have a booklist where, like long time you could pass the book on from, I could pass it down to next in line or whatever the case is, whether it's a sister, brother, cousin, or whoever, to save you some money. So that is what one parent is telling me, Right? That is what one parent is telling me. And the Form 1s are continuing with books into Form 2. I do not know what the arrangement would have been like, because I have no children going to school. So I don't know. Right? But one parent is telling me that. All right. Is there anything else in that lineup that we didn't get to? Before the HEC and the OPR thing? Huh? Okay. All right, now leave that, forget that. That gonna happen, so it's no stopping that. All right, so HEC, of course, has been in the headlines a lot. A lot of going on at HEC, and that report or that judgment, the court judgment, I'll get to that tomorrow. Right, once I have time. I've been trying to slip it in somewhere. The Balize House court judgment, it have a lot of information in that. I'm telling all you. Let me tell you something, on my radio program on Friday, Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Andrew Roberts, was on my show. And he had the court document in front of him. And he read out some of the things in that court document. And then I see the PNM through Budu and Gonzalez held a press conference of sorts, or a media conference. And they mentioned it. And Gonzalez is saying that he was reading from unsubstantiated reports. Well, if the court judgment that granted the court order for that Balize house to be investigated is an unsubstantiated report, well, boy, blow me down. Because I could tell all you, I have a copy digital. I asked to get it printed out for this morning, but I didn't get it printed this morning. But tomorrow I'll have it because I like hard copy. I like to go through, feel the paper in my hand kind of thing now. That, I come from the old school. So I will go through that document tomorrow once time permits. And you will see that this is no political witch hunt, as they're trying to make it sound like. This is the police was conducting an investigation. The police was investigating, so much so that in the court judgment, right, there are, in that judgment, the police quote certain things that were said in the public space as far back as 2018. All of that is evidence that they put forward in the court to say, listen, Your Honor, we need a court order issued to investigate this matter further. And as it stands right now, from what I have seen in those documents, you have a $118 million building. However, they have only accounted for $9 million. Only understand why I just told you. You have a $118 million building that's in construction. Right? But to date, they have only provided information to account for $9 million of that 118. So that leaves $109 million unaccounted for. Yes? So it's a no small matter with that Balize house. From reading the court judgment and reading what the police officer put forward and submit as evidence, when I read some of that for all you get an idea of, and it is shocking that the media, when I say the media, I just always say me part of that, right? Me. But the media, the conventional media, the traditional media that always so love, that some people so love, has not run a report with that information in it. You understand? There was a bidding process with two companies, right? One was $33 million lower than the other. But the company that bid $33 million more got a higher score based on cost than the company that bid $33 million lower. Right? So, and then one of the companies that did work on the project, they come back now and get millions of dollars in contract. Listen, it's corruption and bribery. That is what the investigation is looking at. Corruption and bribery. Right? So, I have the court judgment. I'll go through some of it with you all once I have time tomorrow. Okay? I need to get the hard copy in my hand. Anyway, also mentioned in that court judgment is the OPR. Because the company that had bid $33 million lower, they put up a request before the OPR, And then, according to the police officer that submitted the evidence, the OPR apparently waited till the standstill. It have a period called a standstill period. And they waited for the standstill period to pass. And then you know, the matter could not be, I think it made it a kind of null and void matter. I had to go back and give it the correct thing, although hold me to that last one. But of course, as is the case, the headline could be deceiving, this one. OPR report flags flaws in selection for HEC's cancelled $3.4 billion project. So the OPR, with the $3.4 billion project where no taxpayers' dollars was being spent, the headlines say that it flagged flaws, man. All right, so let me read. So the Office of the Procurement Regulation, OPR, has found problems in how the Housing Development Corporation selected and checked companies for its cancelled $3.4 billion housing project. The findings are the latest in a series of OPR interventions involving HEC procurement, including complaints and challenges over other major housing projects. Now, I tell all of the headline is very deceiving. The one-page statement was published on the OPR website on July the 29th, 6 weeks after HEC cancelled the process. Of course, I'm reading this from Guardian Media, right? It said, in carrying out its inquiry, the office reviewed and assessed the record of procurement proceedings, supporting documentation, explanations, and clarifications provided by the HEC, relevant data from the procurement depository, and other verifiable records available in the public domain. The assessment detected issues in the interpretation and application of the legislative framework, as well as procedural gaps which gave rise to deficiencies in compliance relative to the public procurement framework. In particular, the report identified shortcomings in the process used for supplier identification and in the rigor of the due diligence conducted during the pre-qualification and evaluation phases of the procurement process. In simple terms, according to the reporter, the OPR found problems in how HEC selected companies and checked whether they were qualified for the work. Well, I do English literature, right? Good? So one of the things in English lit is that you have to read and then understand. You have to interpret, right? And interpreting things is something that I do extremely well. So when I read that the assessment detected issues in the interpretation and application of the legislative framework, as well as procedural gaps which gave rise to deficiencies in compliance relative to the public procurement framework, right? And then I take into consideration that the OPR, after looking into a matter with $3.4 billion in contracts, right? None of which was taxpayers' dollars. That after they run this whole investigation and checks, it appears that they have pointed to some sort of shortcomings in the legislative framework that leaves for interpretation, right? And the procedural gaps they have not named. They have not been specific, right? So what they've given us here is a generic response, right? There's just a generic response. They have not identified specifically anything. They've not given any specific information on anything, any shortcomings, what it was, why it couldn't be done like that. They haven't explained anything. So they put out a generic response that is one page. The fact that you are responding after an investigation to a project that would have cost $3.4 billion and your response is one page long tells me that there is less to look at than there is actually something to look at. If you understand where I'm coming from. Because if there was any real issues of concern, it would have been broken down and the report on it ought to be more than a page. Right? That's my interpretation. Good? So, what was very interesting though, as you go down further in this report, they put them thing down to the bottom, is that, I'll tell you what, let me just go back here. Right. Oh God, it's a long report, you'll excuse me. Right. A response to a Freedom of Information Act request sent by the media records another complaint against the HEC on August 9, 2024 for an alleged breach of the Act. The OPR closed it after issuing a Section 14(1)(c) direction requiring corrective action. The entry does not identify the contract, the findings, or HEC's response. OPR's public register also records 5 HEC challenges in 2024. 4 concerned a proposed $475.8 million Santa Rosa Housing Award to China Harbor Engineering. The first applications by NH International and Wood Green Construction, all remember that name, Wood Green Construction, were dismissed because company documents were missing. NH filed again on August 16th. OPR suspended the procurement after finding serious issues to be tried. The panel questioned the intended contractor's technical scores, planning compliance, and HEC's use of a cost per unit measure not stated in tender documents. Now, you see, on that issue, they go into a little more detail, right? HEC canceled its Santa Rosa project that day. The case ended without a final decision because NH had obtained the result it requested. Wood Green withdrew its case. A Class 1 system CCTV challenge was dismissed. HEC asked OPR for advice on the matter, and let me see. Then you have Chairman Feroz Khan said it concerned a $17.5 million insurance service renewed in 2023 and 2024, which was in the news recently, and the OPR has not announced that outcome. Now, there are 78 matters under probe, 78 of them, right? So to the OPR, if you have 78 matters that are under probe, and others in the past, some of which have been thrown out by, certain sections of the Act or whatever the case might be. But I think in terms of all of these contracts and all of these questions that have been raised, past or present, when you come to a conclusion, it'd be nice if you could give a little more than 1 page and go into some details so that the population could understand clearly what occurred, right? That generic response that you gave there leads me to believe that is much ado about nothing, right? And I think they send back that reply to the HEC now would tell them to, you need to close the gap here or wherever the case is with the process or whatever. But a little more information, ought to be, I think, dispensed in the public space if people are to have a better understanding of what you actually do. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people understand what is the role and function of the Office of Procurement Regulation. But I think that that needs to be properly explained. Maybe I'll have somebody come in and deal with that, who can explain the OPR. Because a lot of people hear in OPR, but they really don't know the role and the function of the OPR. They don't even know how much teeth the OPR have. Because remember, under the partnership created this procurement legislation, and then the last administration, the PNI, remember they came and they made some adjustments, some amendments, and then you had a whole explosion of the experts coming out to say, hey, they're watering down the whole thing, they're watering down the legislation and things like that. And all of that occurred, and here we are. So, if this is a legislative issue, because of any amendments that were made that watered down the legislation, let us know, so that we could agitate for it to be strengthened or whatever the case might be. Because the role of that office is extremely important. all right, in terms of the bidding process and so on and so forth for many different contracts in many different sectors. So a little more information would have been nice, rather than a one-pager that just give a generic response. But on other HEC matters, we have Philip Edward Alexander. He was out and about, I think it's at Ridgeview. This is another HEC project that was done under the last administration that will now be demolished. Take me to that report now.
Members of the media during a site visit today that units valued at a maximum market price of $600,000 were built under the previous administration at costs reaching up to $1.5 million per unit, leaving taxpayers to shoulder hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses per home.
So when you go to build as a developer, and HEC is ultimately a developer, when you go to build as a developer, you build to the market. Because if you don't build to the market, you will end up going out of business.
Alexander said the completed apartments at Ridgeview Heights could not command more than $600,000, even with the best finishes. He claims that under the former administration, the HDC entered into an agreement to construct the units at a cost of $1.2 million each.
That is a 100% increase on the value of what could be sold here. They further went on to accept an $80 million cost overrun to deliver these, moving the units up to delivery. The average cost per habitable townhouse to almost $1.5 million. That's nearly 3 times the price.
Alexander said the HDC board is now exploring legal options to determine whether some of the money can be recovered. He also highlighted losses associated with partially completed units at the development. He said the HDC spent $165,992,000 for partially completed units. He claimed an agreement was made between the contractor and the HDC to pay them up to that point and cancel the project. He blamed the previous administration for the project being stalled and said the current government had spent the past year attempting to salvage what it could.
These houses are now built on the surface of the land. There's nothing locking them into the earth. They could blow away. We have no idea how many of them are like that. We don't know how many of these buildings. They are retrofitting right now. They are retrofitting infrastructure. This project was done, and a lot of these buildings have no infrastructure. No plumbing, no electrical, no sewage, no drainage.
He said the government has had to explain why the housing units have not yet been handed over to applicants. Sherlyn Ramsubag, TV6 News.
All right, so there you have another HEC disaster at Ridgeview. Apparently that's in Bonnier. That is amazing, eh? How you just build a $600,000 unit and spend $1.5 million to build it? Or look at work that maths to me. You're building a unit that costing you $600,000. But you're spending $1.5 million to build it. That making sense? I know people might build some for $600,000 and sell it for $1 million, but you spending $1.5 million to build a unit and then sell it for $600,000. How that is happening? What kind of maths is that? What kind of maths is that? Is all that profit all you want to make? Jesus Christ. Boy, what are you going to do? Anyhow, we are 7:37. We got to get to Eden Heights. Before we get to Eden Heights, let me get the van man now. You see this van man? Boy, the vengeance are moko on you, boy. I'm telling you, boy, the van man, boy, that bouncy dog, boy. That man do have a spite, you know. You could see that man drive into the dog, you know. I had 2 dogs home, Ebony and Saddle. Watch. You could have pulled away from the dog, Jed. And you know, dog doesn't mash up vehicle, eh? You ever see a vehicle is a dog? The vehicle mash up, you know. It's a hard hit, you know. This man swinging to the dog, boy. I see this on social. I said, nah. All the can't be serious. So that driver, TCD, wait, is 8622? Yeah. Nah. I go deal with you at Greenwich when Wednesday come. No serious, boy. If you know that thing, let me vex, boy. Come now, man. You're wicked, so. Anyway, we had a few other incidents over the weekend as well. We had some fellas. Only see the fellas passing the bottle. I tell you, it's all kind of mad thing people's been doing on the road, you know. There's a handle. Director? That handler punching a white oak or something, eh? Look the dotishness these people doing on the road now, boy. And then when they get a ticket, they vex. That was what? Here, this clong in the back, that's a good move. How that a good move? You find it with smooth. They're skillful in many ways. Close back the door and leave me alone, please. No, I want to find out all that from Greenwich. We are relative. Keep this for Greenwich, you know. Keep this for Greenwich, you know. Yeah, keep all that for Greenwich. I want to know, but I want to find out about these things. And then we had a police officer. Well, brother, when the police tell you don't touch them, eh? Because if they come like this police, brother, I'm telling you, run the clip. You have to play that with the audio, boy. Yeah, that man will get pushed there. I know the real thing, you know. Is this fella, look, he went running, you know. But better I call it to start my 5K. Eh? Better I call that police boy to start the 5K. The man, here man a bellas day. And the man start a run, you know. Yeah, right, the next thing is always say that when the police doing their work, you can't come and just, the police and them doing their job, right? Obviously, they have somebody there that they have detained. You don't walk up to the police and man touch them. Are you mad? The police have to defend themselves. You could be going for the man firearm, all kind of thing. You keep your distance. But I ain't lying, boy. That left hook. He said, don't touch me. But the man like he trying to reason it, but nah, boy, he done in his own, boy. Huh? Well, that's the next thing too. But that, I ain't lying, eh? Long time I see a man get one like that, boy. And take off running. Yeah, boy. He slapped that man into athlete, yes? He slapped him into athlete there, no? Watch. Bap! Go! Run, Stephan, run. And he gone there, no? You only do them thing when the police. What it is wrong with all your white is only doing that. Hey, 7:42, we got to take the break. Oh God, I wanted to take a couple calls. We have to take the break. As we go to the break, we have, oh God, Lord. Run, Stephan, run. Oh, God. Food costing with Chef Shiraz. Chef has the food costing, restaurant and catering operations one-day workshop taking place on the 22nd of August from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And all you need to do is call Chef Shiraz on 3724639 or 737-5097 and get yourself registered. Workshop material and refreshments will be provided, and you will get that certificate of participation. And remember, the whole Culinary Academy and all of the chefs were here on Friday. A lot of good things happening there, and it's a very, very sustainable career. Chefs get a lot of money. It pays well. So I'll tell you what, we are going to take the break. When we come back, Eden Heights will join us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The Talent Within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Trinity, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
All right, people, so we're 11 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. And of course, as usual on a Monday, we have Eden Heights. And we will hear from Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro shortly. Before we get to Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson, we want to give you a little, a little intro as to what Eden Heights is all about, okay? So, fellas?
We believe that true wellness comes from caring for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. As a holistic clinic, our mission is to provide compassionate, personalized care in a peaceful and welcoming environment where every individual feels valued, supported, and truly at home. From the moment you arrive, you'll experience a calm and relaxing atmosphere, designed to promote comfort, healing, and restoration. Naturopathic doctors Navarro and Dr. Thompson, together with their dedicated team, are committed to providing every patient with the highest standard of care through kindness, professionalism, and genuine compassion. Whether you are living with cancer, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, or any other health conditions, we are here to support you in your healing and recovery journey. Take advantage of our on-site services, including live blood analysis, colon hydrotherapy, prolozone therapy, oxygen bath therapy, massage therapy, and a variety of other treatments designed to improve your overall health and well-being. As you explore our clinic, you'll discover our beautifully designed accommodation rooms, offering the perfect space to rest, recover, and rejuvenate. Whether you need a place to stay for a day, a week, or even an entire month, Eden Heights Clinic provides a safe, comfortable, and nurturing environment where you can relax while receiving exceptional care from our attentive and compassionate staff. For added comfort and privacy, we offer separate accommodations for both male and female patients, allowing everyone to enjoy a peaceful, secure, and welcoming environment. Our clean, modern, and spacious bathrooms are carefully maintained to ensure your comfort while meeting the highest standards of cleanliness and hygiene throughout your stay. We also offer cooking classes led by our experienced chef, where you'll learn to prepare delicious and nutritious vegetarian meals, wholesome smoothies, and refreshing fresh juices that support a healthier lifestyle and lasting wellness. Whether you're seeking medical care, holistic wellness services, alternative treatments, or simply a peaceful place to rest and recover from illnesses, our experienced team, led by naturopathic doctors Navarro and Dr. Thompson, are here to support you every step of the way. Experience compassionate care, holistic healing, and a place where your well-being comes first. Contact us today at 376-6714 and begin your journey to better health with Eden Heights Clinic, where healing, hope, and wellness come together. At Eden Heights Clinic, we believe that true...
And, well, we have 12 minutes to go. So, gentlemen, good morning. We started with Dr. Navarro this morning.
Yes, correct.
All right, Dr. Navarro, go ahead. What's the topic?
Regenerative issues
Therapies.
and treatments.
Right.
Regenerating, of course, everything that we do is to regenerate the body. Of course, we could start with ozone therapy. We use to introduce O3 into the bloodstream, which helps to destroy bacteria, virus, parasites. It can help to increase blood flow through the tissues. It is a good remedy with in conjunction with chelation therapy, or if you want to clean the arteries, you could use it with the PC, and that helps to speed up the process of removing the plaque in the arterial vessels. We also use the HP, which is a similar. We use the HP for renal problems. That has been known over the years to restore the blood flow to the kidneys, which is the main issue with renal failure. Poor blood flow, especially in diabetics or patients that have high blood pressure. The HP helps to restore blood flow to the kidneys and nephrons, and therefore the protein that is leaking out the kidneys starts to be reduced in the process, in the whole process. Well, of course, we always start with the live blood analysis. When patients come in, we always do a blood test to see what's happening, because the live blood picks up a lot of things that are normal, unless your doctor prescribes a specific blood test for you. The live blood analysis picks up a lot of issues, especially with circulation. Of course, you have the three types of circulation. All right, you have thrombocyte aggregation, which is a serious state, because with thrombocyte you could end up with strokes or heart attacks, right?
Right.
Then you have the aggregation, another type of aggregation where you eat the wrong fats and oils. And then the next one is always a digestive, or if you're under stress, that affects the bloodstream. I remember one lady coming off the plane, she was flying, she hates flying, and when she came off the plane, her blood was, if you see her red blood cells, it was all coagulated together. And I said, what happened to you? She said, for 5 hours, she was sitting on that plane. I think she was flying from either Toronto to Trinidad, and she panics when she goes on a plane. But she had no choice but to come. And when you see, she said for 5 hours she was just panicking, and it really affects the blood in a very serious way. All her cells were coagulated. So I told her, I said, well, go home and take a little rest and come back. The next day, her blood cells were in a totally different condition. So stress, that just tells you what stress can do to your blood on a daily basis when you're stressed out. Of course, you could also stress out the body by eating the wrong foods, right? Not that
Correct.
you are stressed. Yeah, you could be stressed, right? But certain situations. But you can also stress out the body by eating the wrong foods. So regenerative treatments basically repair, they fix the issues by increasing, of course, most of the time we do oxidative therapies. The oxidative therapies work, it increases the volume of blood, increases the oxygen to cells, so therefore the repair is faster than normal. Just like the prolozone therapy, the injections that we do, the prolozone, when you mix the cocktail, of course, in the joint is a cocktail that goes in first, and then you add the oxygen to it, and it speeds up the process of the healing. It regenerates the tissue, the ligaments. You don't get scarring, which occurs many times when people get torn ligaments or muscles. That scarring could leave an athlete or end their career. Many times it ends their career. But with Prolozone, that doesn't happen. Actually, when it knits together, it heals perfectly. And athletes always find that the shoulder that they were doing the injection, let's just say they were exercising and they tear a shoulder, the rotator cuff, they always find that the muscle where it was torn becomes stronger than the other shoulder. That is weird, but it's always tell you, hey, doc, give me another injection in this shoulder now. Because this shoulder, I said, but that's not the bad shoulder. He said, yeah, it's feeling strong. When I push any weight, this shoulder pushing more weight than the other shoulder. And that's because of how it heals, the whole healing process and regenerating of the tissue, which is important,
Right.
So also, of course, the colonics, we do colonics as well for people to know. Cleansing of the colon, which is most important. As you know, all diseases start in the colon. Every single disease starts there. They say that starts in the colon. And therefore, we need to regenerate the probiotics, good health flora. There's a lot of companies now focusing on that. When I remember hearing I think it was about 15 years ago, the person that invented high-dose vitamin C intravenous, they had a seminar and they were focusing, their main issue was on the gut health. That was 15 years ago. And now today, everybody jumping on board with new probiotics and prebiotics and all those things, because they realize that the gut is where you have to focus on, because if you have a healthy gut, you have healthy neutrophils or white blood cells, you also have a healthy bloodstream and your body is able to fight disease, which is what we need to do. And of course, with all the processed and refined foods that we eat in today, that is always an issue. So at the clinic, regenerative treatments, basically to regenerate, rebuild, is what we focus on. And of course, you have what we look at is lungs, liver, colon, kidney, skin, lymphatic system, and immune system. Those are 7 systems that we focus on, because of course, when you get sick, they always have a domino effect on the entire body. And therefore, you need to focus on the gut. And of course, we have the IVs to support it. The other thing that we use is supplementation. Proper, now when I say this, because a lot of people don't believe in supplementation,
Right.
But remember something, if your body is rebuilding and you're regenerating, what do you need? You need the nutrients to rebuild. You can't, if your body has to go into the resources, you're going to feel extremely weak. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They may come into a program, start a detox, and they forget to take this supplementation. And then they feel terrible because the body it takes more energy to cleanse than to function.
Right.
So you're regenerating. So supplementation in terms of nutrients, because remember today that the farmers, the crops that are, and the food that is coming to our table is not like years ago.
Right.
Right? The demand for
no,
is
just
very
inform.
fast.
Just inform me. We have 3 more minutes.
All right. I'll let Dr. Thompson take away. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
Very bad.
Yeah. I'll check the time there. Yeah, Dr. Thompson.
Right. Good morning to everyone. I hope that, of course, Dr. Navarro would have shared a lot with persons there. I hope that person were able to, get the understanding of the regenerative therapies. We have so many therapies that persons can use. One of the main thing is, your body can repair itself, right? We know that. But sometimes person look for, let's say, like a faster track or faster pace of regeneration. And this is what, of course, we provide at the clinic. So you could be, you don't have to be sick to come into the clinic. all right? Because most persons wait until there's a particular disease and then they come. But if you are a person that, just want to take care of yourself, all right, where you can do preventative measures, we also do that at the clinic as well. So I just want to just share the number with persons that they can always call. Of course, for Trinity and Chaguanas, you can WhatsApp us on 493-9196, 493-9196. And then, of course, we have the numbers that you can call, 640-8985, and that's for Trinity. And then we have Chaguanas, 613-7571. So anybody that could be diabetic, could be hypertensive, could basically having all sorts of pain or aches in the body. If you have any digestive problems, either gas or bloating or any type of discomfort, right, you can call us on those numbers, right? Remember to book your consultation. And within that one-on-one consultation, we go through what you need to do. And then the person is going to appreciate the different regenerative therapies that is actually done. There's so much to share. And of course, for those that want to stay in with us, you would have actually seen the video that would have shown up before. You could definitely give us a call as well, and we'll give you a breakdown of that particular program. I hope that everyone have a blessed day today, and that God continue to take good care of you.
All right.
I think that's the time there. Yeah.
All right. So, gentlemen, thanks a lot for today. And, of course, we will hear from you again next week. And then after that, I think we have a couple of weeks here, and then we travel for New York. So we will have a show, I believe, on the Labor Day Monday from New York. So look out for that. I think that's the weekend of the 7th of September, somewhere around there as well. Right?
We gotta go to New York.
Yeah. All right, Van, take it easy.
We'll be there.
All right, nice. Cool. So that's Ignites on the Inside, people. And we got to take a break, final break, and then we'll get to the birthdays, and then we're out of here. We'll be back.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The Talent Within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prednisone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility, which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
All right, folks, so we're back, and as we prepare to wrap things up this morning, let's get the birthdays. So, good morning, Stephan. Would like to wish my daughter, Shakila, a very, very happy birthday. May God continue to bless and guide her through life's journey. From her mom, Giselle, with love. So, happy birthday to you, Shakila. All right? And then I have 2 belateds. We got to say happy belated birthday. Well, she celebrated her birthday on Sunday, all right, which would have been yesterday. So happy belated birthday to Mira. That's right. So happy belated birthday going on to Mira from her husband Adam, daughter Pinky, niece Candice and Lisa, and grandchildren Jada and Aiden. All right. So happy birthday to you, Mira. All right. I only use one picture. That's the fellow that's calling every morning, Adam. And finally, happy belated birthday greetings as well, going on to my good brethren, Andreas Alcazar, and of course, from the whole Alpha Mega crew, that whole team there that seemed to be winning the biggest team prize at Stephan Run every year. He has won it 2 years in a row. This year, he had 100 and something persons registered for the run. So big up the Alpha Mega crew, and happy belated birthday going out to Andreas, and of course greetings coming on from your lovely wife Angel and all of us, all right, the whole Balandra crew. So happy birthday to you, my brother. All right, so with that we wrap things up for today. Tomorrow it's going to be very interesting to see what happens during the course of the week as the Bacchanal continues to brew. On Wednesday, all the threats are directed on Wednesday. Oh, good. Thursday going to be exciting. Thursday is going to be very exciting, and Ramkumar will be here. Say, no, that all this industrial relations action that's going on, we will get some information from Ramkumar the right thing. It's a busy week for industrial relations. Yeah, man. All right, Friday, we have, I think it's a beauty pageant. The usual one that we do. We have Behind the Badge as well on Wednesday. And whomever else, I think I might squeeze in tomorrow, and otherwise, well, we'll see how the bookings go. But I usually do it day by day because you never know. You never know when it's going to have some big explosion of news and that kind of thing, and then the relevant people and so on and so forth. So, but we'll keep it pumping here until tomorrow. Oh yes, and by the way, I learned to swim. Okay? Don't get them no highlights. They'll see it on Friday. On Friday, last week Friday, what happened, Anil Roberts saw the video of me and Barbados holding on to this catamaran for dear life. And he decided to, he saw it and he said, look, I'll teach you to swim. So I went Friday and I got my first class, and we're going to show you that. All right? So I learned to swim. Nice. Look out for that on Friday. And of course, we will be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, and we'll see what's popping. But until then, have a great day, people. We out.